How you guys doing? This is Ian Charles once again here to you to review a book. And the book in question today is a tie-in to Empire. That's right, the X-Men tie into Empire. And I'm not that big on tie-ins, but this was pretty good. It's tied in adjacent. Basically, the X-Men are here to deal with one thing, ran into the aliens, and still end up dealing with something else entirely different from what their mission was. And man, oh man, when you find out whose fault it is, you be like, damn, why can't this person just stick their nose out of mutant business? All right, it started pretty off simple, you know. The X-Men, actually no, my back. It started off this way. Somebody speaking to Doctor Strange. We don't see who it is, but they want something. They want help doing something. And even Doctor Strange himself is like, nope, I can't help you. What you want, it's a bit difficult even for somebody as me, you know? And if Doctor Strange is telling you what you're doing is not a great idea, it's best to drop it and move on with your life because when things go down, it goes bad, you know it's going to go bad. And you don't want a good doctor coming back and saying, you know what? I told you not to do your nonsense. Look what the mess you made. And my God, it's going to be a mess. At first, when I saw this silhouette of a sleeve, anyone who loves Marvel Comics should know right away who wears clothes like that, but I didn't see it. I just took it as somebody. But it didn't take us long to figure out who it was, man. And when you do, you're like, ah, damn it. What are they up to? What can they possibly be doing that will need Doctor Strange's help, you know? Why do they feel so guilty? Then you find out, voila, is Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, in an X-Men book. This can't be good. First thing that ran through my mind. Every time Scarlet Witch pop up, something bad happens. And guess where she's at? This woman is in Genosha. For some reason. Eh, the time skip. It was 9 months ago. She's wandering around Genosha for some reason. They didn't say what. I think she may be living there for some reason. Don't know why. But when it comes to her, sometimes it's just best just to leave it alone, you know? Then we go back to her just doing some bunch of weird things. I mean, it looks like she's collecting stuff. Like she's playing a sorcerer's version of what's the word I'm looking for? Who done it? No, 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 no. A scavenger hunt, basically. Wow, why couldn't I say that? Anyway, seems to be attacking random demons, getting all these artifacts together to create this. And I gotta admit, I'm slightly jealous. I love the bling. Look at it. Just screams pimp. But seriously, I couldn't figure out what is she gonna do with this. I mean, it's cool staff and everything, but what can you possibly do with a staff? Ah, dear Lord, this woman is gonna drive us crazy. Well, she's back in Genosha doing God knows what with this mystic staff. She struck the ground with it, doing her version of a magical human version of Thor with pinkish purple lightning and telling people to live. That's when it hits you. She's telling them to live. She's trying to bring back the people of Genosha. I'm gonna skip ahead a bit because there's certain things that it implies, but it doesn't imply at the same time. I don't want to give that away. I want you to read this book. So bear with me. So now you see a picture of Africa, then focus on Wakanda, then just a couple miles to your right is the island of Genosha. Like, huh, a map. Why should I care? This is how the book's tied in to Empire. Guess who came to visit on Genosha? That's right, our favorite plant people. They came to Genosha for some reason. Even after I read the panels for this one, still couldn't figure out why they came to Genosha. It's basically a dead planet. Not planet, island. I don't think there's any vegetation life on it. But, you do what invaders do. You send out your scouts. Maybe they're trying to find a foothold on Earth. Who knows? And there you go. They're looking around, pick up some biomass. Like, huh, what can that be? And truth be told, they found something. Don't know what it is, but they did find something. And guess what? Wanda created zombies. When is that woman gonna learn? And oddly enough, unlike most zombies that you find in comic books, Marvel zombies seem to be intelligent, which is really disconcerting if you think about it. Something that craves your flesh, that looks like a decayed version of your neighbor, chasing you, but can think? is a nightmare scenario. And after they give this brother back his missing appendages to help him speak, yes, right, they gave him back his jaw. So, he started talking to them, trying to figure out who he is, what he is. They basically told him I'm human. I'm mutant human. Like, considering they've been on Earth, around Earth for so long, you figure they know what mutants are. But apparently they're not quite sure what mutants are. They know what humans are, but not mutants. So he explained mutants are humans with powers. Don't really need to go into much detail beyond that. But he also explained that he's undead. He is a zombie. And basically they're hungry. Not much of a big deal if you think about it. But seriously, zombies. Anyway, for some reason the comic book then later on cuts back to one of the weirdest things ever. Angel and Miss M eating a salad. And throughout this book, you keep on hearing about vegetarian this, vegetarian that. And you're basically fighting an alien race of vegetables. I don't know if the writer was trying to tie that into each other, that the human race will eat you. It, just basically the general public is your idea of zombies, or I might be reading too much into it. I don't know. But I will say this. When I saw this girl pop up, I was like, huh, things will get interesting. Now that Miss Rasputin is here. She broke up their little dinner soiree. Like, they weren't too happy about that, but that's life. You live with it and you move on. Anyway, after they met up, they decided to go home because Xavier needed to speak to Angel. He has a mission. Basically, they gotta go find out what's wrong with one of Kokora dates. Kokoa. I can never say that island name correctly. So my apologies. But it's not real word, man. And with my memory issue, I'm not gonna trip over it right now because it's not worth the headache. But the odd thing is that throughout this mission, before they went on the mission, Angel asked for more people. And for some reason, it seemed to really ticked off Eric. He was like, you could take one other citizen other than Miss M and Rasputin, which is really weird. It makes me think that Xavier and Magneto had some idea what was going on that island, but didn't want to risk more powerful mutants going. And don't get me wrong, Miss M and Ileana are top tier. Not famous, but top tier when it comes to their powers. Miss M is perfect, and Ileana is, well, she's her own plane of existence, sorcerer supreme. So, she can handle herself like a boss. I'm skipping a lot of stuff. When the X-Men do reach the island, they realize it's popping off. And they was like, we see the aliens, and they look to the left, and they all was saying, damn it, zombies. Whole island of zombies. 16 million mutant zombies with their powers. And Krakoa has a gate on Genosha. The odd thing is, the gate wasn't working, like I said before. That was the original mission, to get that gate up and running. But they can't leave the gate intact because the zombies. Just because they're dead doesn't mean they still don't have the mutant gene. So if they get to that gate, they'll spread like wildfire. First, eat up Krakoa, eat up all the mutants on the island, then move on to humanity. Oh, I'm not gonna tell you who was the fourth mutant they took, but you're gonna like the idea of them taking him or her because it makes sense. That's all I'm gonna say. But guess who came to save them? That's right, the Granny Brigade. Still, no one explained how they use Krakoa gates, but hopefully they're able to do that sooner or later because they came to kick ass and they ain't taking anything from anyone. But I got a question for all of you out there. What are the X-Men going to do when they find out that all this is happening because of Wanda, the Pretender? Hmm? Are they going to retcon her back being a mutant? Is this the X-Men's way or Marvel's way to put her and Pietro back into the mutant fold? Because, to be honest, I I actually like them being mutants. I like the idea of them being Magneto's kids. And I especially like the idea that the daughter that he has with the same powers, he doesn't really treat her badly, but he doesn't really treat her as a child, as a daughter. So, do you think this is going to lead to another conflict between the X-Men and the Avengers? Because, when this is all settled down, the X-Men are going to hunt for her if she's still alive. But with her power set, she should be. And the Avengers. You could, other than other than Hank Pym, you can screw up as much as you want, and they'll forgive you. if you're Avenger. But they're not so forgiving when it comes to other superhero teams. Because look what it did to Scott. Granted, a lot of people believe that Scott was being a jerk when the whole mutant race was dying out, and he was saying, I'll do whatever it takes to defend the mutant race, which is basically the same philosophy that Xavier is having right now, and everybody treat him as a villain. Granted, as he's not the greatest diplomat. He doesn't finesse people like Xavier. But in all honesty, Cyclops was right, and Captain America was wrong. Mutants and humans may never get along. Not because the mutant race don't want to get along. It's because the humans don't see them as something that's worth being associated with. If you're not a tool, a resource for them to use, you're just in the way. And as you read this comic and you see, as you read the comic line, I should say, and you see the interaction between the mutants and the humans, you understand what I mean. A good example of that is the Hellion book. Read that and you'll see what I'm talking about, especially when you think about the cops and how they refer to the mutant race. Well, that's about it for now, man. I am done. There's nothing left for me to say. But if you have the time and internet connection to support my channel, go to dcoupon.com, print off some coupons, help me keep my lights on, like the video, share, and come back for the next video. You can also go to my other channel, Evolve Plus. There you'll find gaming and other media like some of my comic books I'm drawing and designing for myself and my friends. I'm also working on animation, but with my hands are also screwed up a bit, so it's taking me a long time to get it done. But I'm being hopeful. I get it done, and you guys will enjoy it. All right, until then, stay safe, be happy, and much love. Good night.